name is Sol Walser, and today I'm with a guest cook, Jeffrey Paquette. And Jeffrey is a raw cook, and today we're going to be making a raw apple pie. So hello, Jeffrey.
Hello, Sol.
So, what do we do first?
Well, first step to making a pie, as you all know, is making the crust. We will be using 2 cups of walnuts, which have actually been soaked and dehydrated. We'll have 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, and we'll use 3 tablespoons of coconut butter. Now, coconut butter you can find at your natural food store. You can also make it yourself if you have a high-powered blender. You can take shredded coconut, blend it up at medium, and then increase to high speed, and you'll get coconut butter. So blend up these walnuts.
So is it better for the walnuts to be soaked, or is it the same if they're dry?
Well, you would want to soak the walnuts before you use it in the recipe, mainly because it helps to improve their digestibility. You can blend them up, whether soaked or dried, in your blender, or also if you have a food processor, that'll work as well. So here we'll just use the pulse setting to blend them up. We blended our walnuts into a coarse meal. You can see, kind of floury, kind of chunky.
Okay. So it doesn't have to be powdery, it's better if it's a bit chunky.
Yeah, it's nice to keep it a little bit chunky.
Okay.
We want to have a coarse meal. In a food processor, you can actually integrate the coconut butter in the food processor, or if you want it to be really thorough, you can do it by hand. So we'll take 3 tablespoons of our coconut butter. Now we're adding 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. This is the Canadian part. And you can also add a pinch of salt to your taste as well. It kind of helps to bring out the sweet flavor. Mix that in well so all your ingredients are nicely integrated. And at this point, we're pretty much ready to make our crust. Yeah. So the next step is putting the crust in the pan. Now, you have the option here of taking a small amount of coconut oil and greasing up your pan, and that's going to help you, ease. It'll
make it easier to remove the pie.
Yeah.
To eat. Okay.
Thank you. Yes, exactly.
It doesn't necessarily affect the taste, though.
Well, no, you already have coconut in the recipe, so it's not going to change the taste very much. It's just more of a functional feature. And you don't need very much, just a few drops. You can take a napkin to spread it around. So would you like to press the crust?
I would love to press the crust.
Great. So basically just scoop it in there and press it down. No rolling pin involved, no complicated folding procedure.
I do this with my hand, right?
Absolutely, you could use your hands or you could use a spatula, whatever you prefer, or a spoon even.
Is that good enough?
Easily get. I like to try to pull it right up on the side.
Okay.
And totally mess up the job that you just did. So maybe I'll just let you do that, and I'll stick to what I'm good at.
Okay.
At this point, I suppose I could explain the filling.
Okay.
So here we have 4 apples, peeled and sliced. We've mixed the juice of half a lemon. If you have small lemons, you can use the whole thing. And 1 teaspoon of cinnamon.
And if somebody's allergic to cinnamon, can we use something to replace that?
Yeah, definitely. You could use a little nutmeg, maybe half a teaspoon of nutmeg, or allspice is an alternative, which doesn't contain cinnamon. It's just a spice of its own. And
But it has that sweet spice.
it has the sweet spice kind of taste. Yeah, it tastes like a mix of cinnamon and nutmeg. So here we'll mix this all together. Let me see.
You can do that. You can throw it on an apple.
Yeah, we've mixed our maple syrup and cinnamon in with our apples. Next step is to add the flour. The recipe calls for 1/3 of a cup of oat flour. Today we're using sprouted buckwheat flour because that's what we have on hand. You'd want to use some flour that you don't have to heat or bake with. Would you care to
Of course.
do the mixing honors?
I would love to mix it up.
Now at this point, if you have a dehydrator, you could actually put your crust into the dehydrator for about 3 hours at between 115 and 125. And that'll help it firm up a little bit, make it easier to cut and serve, and also give it a bit more of a crunch. And also with the filling mixture, you can also put that in the dehydrator. It's helpful to put it into 2 shallow pans, and that will actually soften up the apples and kind of give it like a traditional apple pie feel, so they're soft.
And can you stick it in the oven if you don't have a dehydrator?
Yeah, absolutely. If you don't have a dehydrator, you could just, eat it raw like this. Like there's nothing wrong with that. It'll just be a little bit crunchier. Alternately, you could try using your oven. We haven't experimented with that, but I would say don't go above 220 to 225, maybe for 30 to 40 minutes, but just keep an eye on it.
Okay.
Yeah. If
So
you're
now-
not doing the dehydrator method, we can just put this right in here.
Okay.
And so you'll want to actually use a spoon for this because there will be some liquid at the bottom. Next time we'll show you how to make raw vanilla ice cream to go on top. So now that Sol is topping up that pie, what we're going to do is make the glaze, la pièce de résistance. Here we have 3 tablespoons of maple syrup, half teaspoon of cinnamon. Just go ahead and pop that in. And we'll use our remaining tablespoon of coconut butter. We'll take our fork and just kind of whip that up. And you'll see it's just very soft, light glaze. If you wanted it to be thicker and creamier, you could double the amount of coconut butter. It's to your discretion. And voila. Good.
So it's ready to be served.
Definitely.
That looks delicious. Can we try a bit?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, thank you for joining us in another edition of Sri Cuisine. Thank you, Jeffrey, so much.
It's been a pleasure.
And see you next time.
Bye.